Reflecting on the moments that shape my journey, I often contemplate the boundaries I should have established. Each experience reminds me how crucial it is to set clear limits, both for myself and for others. It's a delicate balance that I continue to navigate as I explore the complexities of my personal limits. I yield to others too easily. This flaw is one I know all too well. My desire to help others and my fear of being seen as selfish constantly clash within me. I convince myself that my actions stem from kindness, yet beneath the surface I recognize that I allow others to take advantage of me. I agree when I really want to decline, step in to assist when I should hold back, and let others control my time and energy more than I'd like to admit. I'm on a journey of change, attempting to establish boundaries, but it feels like a slow and painful endeavor. My story with May began simply and innocently. She was a friend of my daughter, Olivia, and their friendship seemed special. I remember how Olivia would come home, her eyes sparkling as she shared stories about May's wild imagination, her passion for glitter, and the elaborate make-believe games they created together. I felt content knowing Olivia had a friend, and I was happy to host the occasional playdate. But then Olivia began to change. She became quieter, more withdrawn. When I brought up May, she would shrug and say, "I don't really feel like playing with her anymore." I didn't push. I understood that friendships among children are often fleeting, and it seemed natural for Olivia to want some time to herself. I was taken aback when after school today, May rushed toward my car with an intensity that felt almost magnetic. As I waited in the pickup line mentally reviewing my to-do list, I saw her burst through the school doors and dash straight toward me. "I'm going to your house," she announced, her voice brimming with excitement and anticipation. I was completely surprised. "May, honey, I don't think so. We're not having a playdate today." My heart sank as I watched her face crumple. "But my mom said I was—" In that moment, my confusion gradually shifted to annoyance. "Your mom didn't talk to me about this, May. Olivia and I have plans today. It's going to be just the two of us." I had promised Olivia a special day together, a chance to reconnect after a hectic week. We planned to get ice cream, see a movie, and perhaps visit that new bookstore she'd been eager to explore. It was supposed to be our day. My heart ached as May's lower lip trembled. "But my mom can't pick me up right now," she said, frustration evident in her voice. My internal pushover alarm started blaring. I struggled to see children in distress. The thought of leaving a child alone and vulnerable deeply unsettles me. Yet, I knew I needed to assert myself. This was a perfect opportunity to practice setting boundaries, and it felt like the right moment to take that step. I called May's mom, Leandra. "Hey, Leandra, May just ran up to my car saying you told her she'd be coming home with us. Olivia and I actually have plans today. I'm sorry, but this is unexpected." Leandra's voice was casual, almost dismissive. "Oh yeah, I can't get her right now. I'm not near the school. I didn't think it would be a problem for you to take her. It's just for a little while." "I wish you had asked me first," I said, trying to keep my voice steady. "Olivia and I had a special day planned." "It's just a few hours," Leandra repeated. "It's really not a big deal." I was struck by her lack of apology or explanation. She offered no details about where she was or why she couldn't pick up her own daughter. She simply expected me to accommodate her, disrupt my plans, and prioritize her needs over mine and my daughter's. As my frustration mounted, I couldn't shake that nagging feeling of guilt. What if May truly had no other way to get home? What might happen to her if I left her at school? "Where are you, Leandra?" I asked, trying to mask the urgency in my voice. "Can you give me an estimated time for when you'll be able to pick her up?" "I'm busy," she replied curtly, leaving no room for discussion. She withheld all details, deliberately keeping me in the dark. "It shouldn't be a problem for you," she repeated, as if that statement alone could erase the imposition. With a storm of emotions brewing inside me, I hung up. Glancing at Olivia in the rearview mirror, I paused. My heart sank as I saw her face, a clear reflection of disappointment. "So, we're not going to have our day?" she asked, her voice barely a whisper. My heart shattered. I felt deep regret at letting my daughter down. The weight of her disappointment was almost unbearable, especially knowing I was failing her. Yet I couldn't abandon May in her moment of need. I sighed deeply. "Okay, sweetheart," I said. "We'll take May home. Maybe we can still salvage part of our day afterward." The drive to May's house was heavy with unspoken tension. Olivia gazed out the window, arms crossed, lost in thought. Meanwhile, May chattered away about her favorite TV show, completely unaware of the chaos swirling around her. After dropping May off, I felt a mix of emotions. Relief, intertwined with resentment. I had given in. I had allowed Leandra to manipulate me, prioritizing someone else's needs over my daughter's. As we drove away, I turned to Liv and said, "I'm sorry. We'll still find a way to enjoy ourselves today." But the damage was done. Olivia remained withdrawn and sullen for the rest of the afternoon. Our special day was overshadowed by my inability to stand my ground and say no. I kept glancing at my phone, waiting for Leandra's call. She had said she would pick May up around 4. 4 o'clock came and went. 5 o'clock. 6 o'clock. Still no word. I called Leandra repeatedly at least 60 times. Each call went straight to voicemail. Panic began to set in. Where was she? What was going on? Something felt very wrong. Though I didn't know Leandra well, her behavior struck me as utterly irresponsible. An unsettling feeling grew in the pit of my stomach. Finally, at 7 o'clock, Leandra answered her phone. "What?" she snapped, her voice rushed and annoyed. "Leandra, it's me," I said. "You were supposed to pick up May hours ago. Where are you?" "I'm busy," she repeated, as if that single phrase explained everything. "Busy doing what?" "I've had your daughter all day. I have my own life, you know. Are you coming to get her or not?" "I'll get her when I get her," she said defiantly. "You can wait a few more hours." That was the moment everything came to a head. I reached my breaking point. "No, Leandra, I can't wait a few more hours. May can't stay here all night. I barely know you. You need to come get her now, or I'll have to call Child Protective Services." Her tone changed instantly. "You wouldn't dare," she shouted. "You insensitive jerk. Who do you think you are?" "You have 30 minutes, I said firmly, anger rising within me. "If you don't show up in 30 minutes, I'm calling CPS." I hung up, my hands trembling. I couldn't believe I had just threatened to call CPS. It seemed drastic, but I was at my wit's end. I had reached a crossroads, realizing I could no longer allow Leandra to disregard my boundaries, exploit my generosity, or jeopardize her child's safety. The next 30 minutes were agonizing. I paced the floor, glancing at the clock every few seconds. Olivia watched me with wide, concerned eyes. Just as the 30 minutes were about to expire, a car screeched to a halt in front of the house. Leandra stormed out, her face twisted with rage. A large, angry-looking man followed close behind her. No words were exchanged. They grabbed May and practically shoved her into the car. As they sped away, I caught Leandra's glare through the window, her eyes filled with hatred. I closed the door and leaned against it, utterly drained. I had finally stood up for myself. I had established a boundary, yet I couldn't shake the feeling of discomfort, guilt, anxiety, and fear swirled within me. Had I made the right decision? Had I overreacted? Had I inadvertently made things worse for May? Olivia came over and wrapped her arms around me in a tight embrace. "It's okay, Mom," she said. "You did the right thing." But did I? I keep replaying the events of that day. Were there other ways I could have handled the situation? Should I have been more assertive with Leandra from the beginning? Would it have been better to leave May at school and let Leandra deal with the consequences? Should I have swallowed my anger and just waited patiently, even if it meant sacrificing my plans and sanity? And what about May? Was she truly safe with Leandra and that angry boyfriend? Did I put her in greater danger by threatening to call CPS? I'm living with uncertainty. I'm tired of always bending to others' will, of letting people take advantage of my kindness, of constantly putting aside my needs and my daughter's happiness to please others. Yet, I'm afraid. I worry about how others perceive me, about seeming unkind or lacking empathy. I fear causing harm. I fear making the wrong decision. What would you have done in my situation? Was I right to threaten to call CPS? Was setting this boundary justified, even if it potentially put May at risk? How do you balance kindness with self-respect? How do you protect yourself and your loved ones from those who would exploit your vulnerability? It's a delicate balance, navigating the complexities of compassion and self-protection. Each interaction becomes a moment of introspection, a chance to explore where my boundaries should lie. I'm still learning when to give and when to stand firm, how to offer compassion without compromising my values. The line between kindness and self-sacrifice remains blurry, but I know I must continue to define it, for my sake and for Olivia's.